Willie just finished his work on the house. He's very exhausted. That's when Jimbo comes up to him.
Willie, there's going to be a big contest with MrBeast today,
Jimbo declared. Willie was very happy. Last time he enjoyed the games with MrBeast very much, and he couldn't wait for today's one. Jimbo explained that it was more complicated than that. It's a 100-day challenge, Jimbo explained. He took out a paper and handed it to Willie. Willie read it carefully.
So now we are going to look for money for 100 days, $1 every day, Willie asked.
Yes, exactly, replied Jimbo. And the prize was huge. When the contest was over, the boys would get 1,000,000 times what they found in the town. So Jimbo knew he would need help. He knew it would be the most profitable to share only with his friend. But then again, with a bigger team, they'd have a better chance of finding it. So Willie and Jimbo went into town. They were looking for Lloyd and Timmy, but nothing.
Stop it! I didn't do anything!
Came a shout from the distance. Willie and Jimbo went to where they heard the scream.
You didn't do anything, did you?
Timmy asked Lloyd. Lloyd struggled and lay on the ground. He was obviously doing something again.
Hey, my friends are here. Hi,
Lloyd greeted.
Tell them I didn't do anything,
Lloyd continued. Neither Willie nor Jimbo believed him.
Enough, guys.
Willie wanted to end all arguments, and he began to explain what was going on. He began to describe the competition of MrBeast. Dollars and multiples of dollars that they could find. Lloyd stood up.
That sounds real. Ah!
He didn't even finish and Timmy threw him to the ground again.
You're not going to stand or play,
Timmy declared.
We need to work together. This is a big win.
Jimbo tried to rally the boys. Timmy finally agreed, but on the condition that Lloyd stay there in his place, chained until tomorrow. They agreed, and so they all left and waited for the next day when the competition would start. When they woke up the next morning, they met at Lloyd's house, and he was already awake. He was annoyed that they left him alone overnight.
I'll never forgive you for this, my friends, Lloyd said.
Timmy let him go.
If you're good, I won't have to arrest you anymore,
Timmy warned him some more. Lloyd got to his feet.
I don't want to work with this traitor though. It goes on and on, Lloyd said, and walked away.
He was still saying something behind his back.
I'll show you.
Willie, Jimbo and Timmy made a plan and started looking for the first coin of the day. Willie searched by the bridge that stood in front of the woods. This is where it would be, he thought happily. And immediately he saw something shimmering in the water.
This is definitely it.
From the bridge he went to the shore.
I'll just have to reach for it,
he thought to himself. When he reached out, he was a little too short.
This is a hell of a lot of work,
he said to himself. As he stretched harder and harder, he finally fell into the river. When he came up, he was laughing. That was really something. In his hand, he held what he thought was a coin, but it wasn't a coin. It was a pebble, just pretending to be in the water. He threw the pebble away. It didn't bother him in the least. Jimbo, meanwhile, was looking around their house. Where else could they put the first coin, he thought to himself. But when he went around the house, he couldn't find anything. He became angry. It should have been obvious that they would put the first coin in this place, he said to himself. He walked in the direction where Timmy was supposed to be looking.
What do you want here, Jimbo?
Jimbo was still angry that he couldn't find anything. He explained that he had to go about it another way. Timmy didn't seem to like the idea of splitting up. Timmy wasn't happy that Jimbo had broken his rules, and it was almost the end of the day. Suddenly, there was a flash at the end of the woods. They both looked in the same direction. They looked at each other, and they ran towards the spot.
You're supposed to be somewhere else, Jimbo. This is my coin.
Timmy began to speak breathlessly.
But we're supposed to work together,
Jimbo said in the same way. Finally, when they were at the place where the flash appeared, there was nothing.
What's that supposed to mean, Jimbo?
Timmy asked. Jimbo suddenly picked up a stone that was lying on the ground by the tree. Willie came to them.
I found this stone before too. It shines like a coin, said Willie. That's great, Willie, Jimbo said to himself. But on the way here, my friends, I found the coin.
And he showed it. Jimbo and Timmy couldn't believe it. They complimented it and went to bed. The next day, they met Lloyd first thing in the morning at his house.
Hey fellas.
Lloyd looked like he wanted to participate. Jimbo agreed. He knew this game wasn't fun like last time.
We need to come up with a better plan today. Split up into 2 teams, Jimbo decided.
Timmy didn't agree at all, but before he could react, Lloyd jumped in.
All right, buddy, but this time you won't be with Willie. I'll be on your team, and you'll leave Willie to Timmy.
Jimbo wasn't entirely happy with Lloyd's suggestions, but he accepted. The second day of the search began. Willie walked slowly with Timmy. They walked through the woods again to spot where they had found the first coin. Timmy was pleased that he had come up with such a good idea.
Go to that side of the woods, Timmy ordered. At least he'll let me work in peace, he said to himself.
He had to be quick, and Timmy should cooperate. On the other side were Lloyd and Jimbo. They were going through town. Jimbo had a clear plan to search the town.
You think you and me are gonna win, buddy?
Lloyd asked. Jimbo explained that we had to work as a team, and that he'd already seen it. There was a coin hanging from a string from the house.
There it is,
Jimbo exclaimed. Lloyd watched and started jumping in. He tried a run-up. Jimbo watched him, uncomprehendingly.
This can't be happening,
he thought to himself. The last time Lloyd ran, he fell before jumping. Jimbo started laughing.
Well, that's enough of this trying,
he said with a laugh. Lloyd wasn't happy at all that he'd become a laughingstock. Plus, he was still mad at Jimbo and the gang for leaving him alone in the city overnight.
Then show me how you do it,
Lloyd snapped at Jimbo. Jimbo looked at the coin and thought.
We need to get some sticks,
Jimbo said. Meanwhile, Willie and Timmy were searching in the woods. Willie had to sit down by a tree. He wasn't having much fun with Timmy.
You're sitting on the ground again, said Timmy. I'd rather play with Jimbo than Willie, but the fact is, Willie was the one who found the first coin, Timmy said to himself.
Jimbo ran up on them. There you are, I might have thought, he said. He explained that he and Lloyd had already found another coin. They could go get it. When they arrived at the house, the coin was no longer there. Neither was Lloyd.
I can only be dreaming, Jimbo thought to himself. How could you leave this criminal here? Do I really have to always do everything for you? Timmy said angrily.
Lloyd appeared from around the corner.
This is my way, and with it, any others I can find. This is punishment for what you did to me.
Please, you can stop now. We need a strong team, Jimbo said, and they all met at the same place the next day. Willie and Jimbo sat by the house where they found the first coin. Timmy had already joined them, followed by Lloyd.
Okay, I think today's coin will be in the swamp forest again, Timmy said.
Then we can go there together today, said Jimbo. And they went together. Lloyd never had a plan, and Willie didn't care. He just wanted to have fun, so they went in the direction they thought was best. Timmy and Jimbo didn't talk to each other on the way. Timmy just wanted to beat Jimbo, and that's all he thought about. Jimbo was thinking about what he'd do with such a big win. They walked back and forth through the woods. Timmy looked carefully in the middle of the woods to see if he could see any flashes, but it was no use. Jimbo was losing his nerve. He didn't want Lloyd to find the coin again.
Anything yet?
You best cop? Jimbo asked a little mockingly.
No, still nothing,
Timmy replied and gave a look into the woods.
There it was,
Willie said. He was standing with Lloyd by the bridge where he'd found the pebble that lit the way.
Okay, that'll make it easy, buddy. When he was here and the others in town, the next one must be here again, Lloyd said. It didn't make much sense to Willie, but when he saw Lloyd start to explore the area, he joined him. So together they searched around the bridge. Look in the tree, Lloyd said,
and he ran towards the tree.
I had an idea that he would bounce off the trunk and simply run into the coin. How hard would it be? It could be, couldn't it?
He said to himself. As he approached the tree, he jumped on it, so he stopped.
Oh geez, Willie, I think I'm stuck to it, he said with exaggeration.
Willie started laughing.
It always has to be you, doesn't it? He said jokingly.
But Lloyd was really facing the tree now. Willie tugged at it, but it didn't move at all.
That's a bad situation, I'll tell you that, Lloyd,
Willie said. Lloyd just smiled.
Haha, don't tell me.
Willie decided to leave him there and go get help from Jimbo and Timmy. So he's going to leave me here again, Lloyd thought to himself. Willie searched for Jimbo and Timmy for a long time.
Hi, Willie,
Jimbo greeted him from the back. Willie explained the situation, coaxing the boys to come help him save Lloyd.
I don't believe this. He wants our help now,
Timmy started laughing.
But as a police officer, you're supposed to protect yourself too, Willie replied.
Timmy looked at him, not knowing how to respond to that. So finally they decided to go and help. The three of them arrived at the scene.
This is really funny, said Jimbo, laughing.
We'll only help you if you promise to cooperate, said Jimbo.
And you'll never steal again,
added Timmy. Lloyd agreed to everything. He just wanted to get over with it. He didn't want to be stuck in a tree, so Jimbo and Timmy grabbed him and started pulling. Willie just looked at them and thought he'd grab a stick and put it in between Lloyd and the tree.
That's a good idea, Willie,
Jimbo complimented him. So together they all saved Lloyd. Willie dropped the coin from the tree. For the next few days, the boys just worked together. Every day the coins were somewhere else. One day Jimbo found it first thing in the morning when he left the house.
Hey Willie, we're having a good day. The coin is on our patio.
Then he started calling out to Willie, but again, sometimes they'd look late into the night and still nothing.
I think we've been to this part of town before, Timmy said.
Of course, even on those days the boys didn't want to give up, but they were getting tired. Lloyd was falling asleep in the middle of town. 100 days later, they put the coins in a pile and counted.
I've got 13,
Jimbo said. Willie counted 14.
and I have 24.
Lloyd spoke for himself and Timmy.
That means we have 51.
Now they could all look forward to the big prize MrBeast would send them. It's been a tough 100 days.